Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing the top 10 Kickstarters of the month. And before I get started, I do Kickstarter consulting, so if you want to improve your Kickstarter from a marketing standpoint, definitely hit me up so we could talk Kickstarter. I also have a couple of friend Kickstarters, so let's get started with those, and then we'll get into that top 10. Serial Killer, issue 1 through 2, which is by Bad Bug Studios. I love the diversity they have for their titles. Right now, they have a sexy title with, honestly, our book. We should mention Bombshell and Atomica if you're looking for a superhero book. We actually teamed up with Bad Bug. And then you have something like Serial Killers, which is about serial mascots dying. It's a detective murder mystery. So I really just love the pitch that kind of really hooks you and reels you in as well. Next up is Nippy. This is the second issue. It's another one-shot from, again, some of our favorite people, Pat Shan, Space Between, and also Dory, who does the art for Beast and Snow, does the art for this. And it's a fun fairy tale twist where you actually get to see more comedy and parody on the Ice Queen character. So go check that one out with some amazing artwork. Now we're jumping into the top 10. Number 10 for me, Witchblade Complete Collection, Volume 4. Honestly, Topcat's been doing a great job with their Kickstarters, and with this one, it's just continuing that collection. And something I like that Witchblade's doing is telling also new stories. That way they're not just like, hey, here's all these stories from like 20 years ago. They're also offering something new and for a reason to just get a compendium for fans that are maybe more Wednesday Warriors to obviously the people who want to get a full collection. So that's number 10 for me. Moving on to number 9, which is Visir, issue 2, and this is an anthology all by emerging artists. It's folklore, horror, so if you're looking for your new favorite creative team or your new favorite artist, is a great way to sample that work. So that is number 9 for me. Moving on to number 8, which is honestly a person who's become a big name on Kickstarter, but also the direct market and the spec market in particular, and that's Mark Spears' Monsters. So this is the Monsters and Wolf Comics series. This is already up to like $200,000 on Kickstarter, which is wild. A good healthy amount of backers as well. I'm just really glad to see a Kickstarter creator go into the direct market, find the spec market, and just find a great business model doing that with a really cool concept and cool artwork. So go check out more Mark Spears of comic books, and that is number 8 for me. Moving on to number 7, which is the legendary X-Knights issue 1. If you're looking for classic superhero storytelling, kind of has like a Power Rangers look and vibe to it. That just so happens to be gay, go check this one out. That's kind of everything I want in a comic book, so that completely sold me. Moving on to number 6, which is Lost in the Shuffle issue 2. Has to do with a dark comedy road trip where we get to see two unlikely people kind of get together and go through this road trip. I really like the art style, honestly. It kind of had this really gritty taste to it, and I like that the two characters look very distinctly different. That I think really worked for this as well. Moving on to number 2, which is actually a Zenescope book, and that is White Tiger, Claws, Paws, and Outlaws. Zenescope's definitely been diving into the Kickstarter space. What I liked a lot about this one is that it's not one of their very known characters or the ones that it seems like more attached to the public domain, like Van Helsing or Robin Hood. This one is a completely new character that they're trying to get off the ground with, great artwork as Zenescope normally has. Moving on to number 4, which is Basket, your slice of life basketball series. And I love the art style for this. It felt very unique and distinct. Obviously seeing basketball from a female point of view, especially with the rise of the WNBA, I think is really important. And as a huge basketball fan, I'm just very excited for this book. So that is number 4 for me. Moving on to number 3, which is Archie Comics. This is the reprints of the comic books. Things that are missing in your collection. And we get to see reprints of important Archie comic book. This is great for collectors who want to catch up on the old stuff. So it's just good for a collecting purpose. And also if you never read Archie, maybe get into Archie with these old tales. Moving on to number 2, which is Bone Deluxe Edition Part 1, The Valley. Believe it or not, I've never read Bone, so I think this is a great way for obviously fans and there's plenty of fans of Bone to get that collection, but then also maybe people who've never had the chance to read Bone to start from the beginning and see what it's all about. So that's number 2. It's obviously a very big franchise in comic books, so I thought I highlight that one. Moving on to number 1, which is Heavy Metal Magazine issue 1. We have had heavy metal stuff in the past. They did a relaunch with Grant Morrison a while back, and now seeing them hit Kickstarter, I think it's really cool, and they have like a cool vibe to it, like kind of like gritty sci-fi that I've always enjoyed about heavy metal. And I like that they're doing their relaunch and trying to hit a new audience, not just from the direct market, but utilizing Kickstarter for that. And I think that's important for them to find a different new audience. So that's my number one pick. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite books of the month were, your favorite Kickstarters of the month, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next one. Bye.